Hey guys, this is Shan from shanadha.com, and in this video we are going to perform a detailed benchmarking test comparison between HTC 10 and Apple iPhone 7 smartphones. HTC 10 comes with Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 processor, 4GB of RAM, Adreno 530 GPU and Android Marshmallow OS, while Apple iPhone 7 comes with Apple 8 Fusion chip, a hexa-core GPU, 2GB of RAM, and iOS 10 as OS. So let's have a look on the benchmarking test, benchmarking scores, compare the result of these two devices with respect to each other, and let's see that which device is going to perform better. So let's start it. The benchmarking applications that we got today here are Antutu benchmarking, GFXBench, 3D Mark, Basemark OS II, and we have already performed most of these benchmarking tests to save you time, because each of these tests take lots of time in execution. So just to save your time, we have already performed and we will have a look on the scores directly. So let's start with the Antutu benchmarking. So for our HTC 10, the score is 130,327, and for Apple iPhone 7 it's 134,391. So we can see that Apple iPhone 7 is scoring slightly better than the HTC 10 in Android benchmarking. The difference is not huge, but still the performance of iPhone 7 is better than the HTC 10 in Android benchmarking. So in this test, the winner is our Apple iPhone 7. Now let's go back and let's have a look on another test. So let's have a look on the Basemark OS II. Let's have a look on the results directly. So for Apple iPhone 7, the overall score is 3,150, and for HTC 10 it's 1,947. So we can see that Apple iPhone 7 scored nearly 35% more and better than our HTC 10. And if we have a look on the individual tests and their scores, like for system, memory, graphics and web browsing, we can see that Apple iPhone 7 is performing better than our HTC 10 in all of these tests. So if you compare the results, you can see that for system, memory, graphics and web browsing, in all of these tests iPhone 7 scored better than HTC 10, and because of that the overall score of iPhone 7 is much better than HTC 10. So in this test, once again the winner is iPhone 7. And if you go back on the start screen of Basemark OS II, you can see at the bottom left corner there is a badge which is not available on this HTC 10. So if you tap on it to get it, the more information about this, so you can see that Basemark OS II application provided our Apple iPhone 7 individually to this device this silver medal, because this device beats the second best device score at Power Bay of Basemark OS II. So it is easy to understand, easy to get the idea that Apple iPhone 7 is really a very powerful device in terms of hardware specs, and it's getting the highest benchmarking scores. So this is very nice thing about the iPhone 7, and we can see that the reason why it is performing better than HTC 10 in Antutu benchmarking and Basemark OS II both. Now let's have a look on GFXBench. So here we are having few high level tests that we have performed already on our Apple iPhone 7 and also on our HTC 10. So if you go to the results tab here, we can compare the result of these 4 high level tests with our high level test here in HTC 10. So for Manhattan, iPhone 7 scored 3498, and if you have a look on our HTC 10, it scored 1757. So we can see that iPhone 7 scored just twice of HTC 10 in Manhattan test, and now the next test is 1080p Manhattan off screen. For that, iPhone 7 scored 2519 and our HTC 10 scored 2864. So in this test, the performance of HTC 10 is better than iPhone 7. And the third test is T-Rex. For this, iPhone 7 scored 3263 and HTC 10 scored 2882. So in this third test, T-Rex, the winner is Apple iPhone 7, and the last test is going to be 1080p T-Rex off screen. For that, iPhone 7 scored 4376, and if we have a look on the scores on our HTC 10 for 1080p T-Rex off screen, it is 4975. So once again, in this test, the winner is HTC 10. So we can see that for the off screen test, both Manhattan and T-Rex, the winner is HTC 10. So out of 4 in 2 tests, the winner is HTC 10, and in 2 tests, the winner is our iPhone 7 on GFXBench. So here there is a good competition with respect to each other. So now let's go back and let's have a look on the next benchmarking test, and that's 3D Mark. It is a graphics test, especially for the gaming benchmarking. So if you go to my device, here you can have a look on the scores achieved by both these devices. So our HTC 10 scored 1658 and iPhone 7 scored 940 only. So in this test, the winner is HTC 10, as you can see here clearly. And here you can find more information about both these devices, about the chipset used and everything. So out of these 4 tests in Antutu benchmarking, the winner was iPhone 7, though the difference was not much. For Basemark OS II, the winner was iPhone 7, the difference was huge. In the GFXBench benchmarking test, both devices were on tie because Apple iPhone 7 scored higher in 2 tests of GFXBench and HTC 10 scored higher in 2 tests of GFXBench. So it was pretty much tie, and in the last test, out of these 4, HTC 10 performed better than our iPhone 7 and won this test. So out of these 4 tests, we can say the winner is iPhone 7 by winning 2.5 test. And now let's do some browser benchmarking test. For HTC 10, the default browser is Google Chrome, and for iPhone 7, the default browser is Safari. So let's go to Safari and we will perform the Sun Spider test here. So For iPhone 7 the result is already there. We performed this test earlier and Safari browser just displayed the page from the cache. So let's wait until the test is finished on our HTC 10, and after that we will have a look on the scores and we will see that which device is better. So the test is finished for HTC 10 as well, and if you have a look on the score for iPhone 7 is 184.5 millisecond, and for HTC 10 it is 847.5 millisecond. So the difference is huge, and here in this test the less is the number, it's better because it shows that how much time was consumed in finishing this test on the browser. So the winner here is clearly our iPhone 7, and HTC 10 performed poorer than the iPhone 7, or you can just blame it on the browser itself, on the Google Chrome browser. And let's do the internet speed test on speedtest.net's application as well, just to compare that if both these devices they are connected to the same Wi-Fi network, so what will be the performance of this smartphone in terms of internet speed. So let's start the test first with iPhone 7. So the downloading speed is 4.08 Mbps and uploading speed is 1.19 Mbps for iPhone 7. Now let's do the test on our HTC 10. So the uploading speed is exactly same for both these devices, that's 1.19 Mbps, but the downloading speed is slightly better in HTC 10 with 4.27 Mbps with respect to 4.08 Mbps of downloading speed of iPhone 7. So we can see in this test we can say that the winner is HTC 10, and if we summarize all these tests, we performed 6 tests, and out of these 6 our iPhone 7 is winner in 3.5 test we can say, and in 2.5 the winner is HTC 10. So overall the performance of our iPhone 7 is better than the HTC 10. So in the benchmarking test comparison and scores, iPhone 7 is winner. So thanks for watching the video friends, and do not forget to subscribe the channel for more videos, tips and tricks and hands-on reviews like this. Have a nice day.